That's right. It's time for the first session of Fun Canadian Facts, brought to you by us!
Fact 1. People in Churchill leave their car doors unlocked in case their neighbors need to make a quick escape from polar bears.
Fact 2. There's also a prison for polar bears who break into people's homes for food. I mean, we all don't like anyone messing with our food, do we? Even polar bears.
We all know what today's Saturday night event is, right, eh? I think it's Canaday, eh? So I think it's only right if I teach you all how to speak like a proper Canadian, eh? So firstly, you put A after the end of every sentence. A.
The Citizenship and Immigration Minister declared that Santa Claus is Canadian.
Forget the Loch Ness Monster. Canada has its own mysterious lake creature, the Ogopogo, who reportedly lives in Lake Okanagan, British Columbia. And yes, British Columbia is in fact in Canada and not in the UK.
The official national sport of Canada is lacrosse. Matthew, I think we should start practicing our lacrosse, and after this, I'll try to get Dr. Simon Watson to add lacrosse to house sports. And that way Nakil can finally win something this year.
Canada has 6 different time zones. In Malaysia, we have 1, and yet we're so late for everything!
Canadians tend to spend a quarter of their lives watching TVs. And do you know that most Canadians have a TV in their bathroom? Well, I wonder why on earth they would be spending so much time in the bathroom for.
Studies find Canadians to be the second happiest people in the world, and they're only getting happier.
And that concludes the first session of Fun Canadian Facts.
One more fact.
Oh, sorry, there's one more fact.
The University of Victoria offers a course called the Science of Batman, which uses Batman. It's a metaphor for the ultimate in human conditioning and evolution, evaluating human physical potential.
And that concludes the first session of Fun Canadian Facts. Fact 11. Canada geese have their own language. Scientists believe that Canada geese have as many as 13 different calls for everything, from greetings and warnings to happiness.
Do they say I as well? Or was it A? No, did they say A as well?
I don't know, you have to be a geese to find out.
Alright, anyways, back in 1930 World Cup, Canada's hockey team was so badass that they didn't even need to play in the preliminary rounds and went straight away to the finals. And guess what they did when they went straight to the finals? They won the whole competition.
Here's something interesting. During the holiday season, Canada has a volunteer service that gives you free rides for those too drunk or too tired to get back home themselves. So,
There are more women than men in Canada. Girl power! Woo! All the ladies in the house!
Canada has one of the world's smallest jails in Rodney, Ontario, which is 24.3 meters squared. Do you know that license plates in Canadian Northwest Territories are shaped like polar bears?
Fact 17. Every Christmas, 1 million letters are addressed to Santa Claus, had his own postal code, ho, oh ho, or ho ho ho, North Pole, Canada.
Mall of America is owned by Canadians.
Canada's official phone number is 1-800-O-Canada. I guess we know who we'll all be prank calling tonight.
Police departments in Canada give out positive tickets when they see people doing something positive. Contributes to happiness.
And that wraps up Fun Canadian Facts Session 2. Hey guys, do you know what time it is?
Is it Summertime!
No! It's time for our third and final session of Fun Canadian Facts. That's right, the Interact Club doesn't just entertain, we educate. Let's begin.
Americans have invaded Canada twice. Once in 1775 and once in 1812. And we're a country that produces people like Justin Bieber. You can see why Americans lost.
Every year, the Netherlands sends Canada thousands of tulips to show their gratitude, which inspired Ottawa's annual Tulip Festival. I wish someone gave me flowers every year.
Do you know that in Canada, the quality of their tap water is often better than bottled water?
Fact 24. Oops. Canadian McDonald's exclusively sell the McLobster. Boy, do we need that in our lives.
Alright, here's something quite interesting. So to become a prostitute in Canada, it's 100% legal, nothing wrong with that. But to ask a prostitute for her services, that's completely illegal, controversial.
Basketball was created by a Canadian.
No wonder Americans are so good at it.
Canada has more donut shops per capita than anywhere else. I guess you can say that when you're in Canada, you do not want to leave.
It is illegal to have comics depicting criminal acts in Canada because they're peace lovers.
The $100 bill are rumored to smell of maple, but the Bank of Canada completely denies this.
And the final fact of the night. If you've ever dreamed of an aquatic bathtub race, head to Nanaimo. It's an annual event in Canada. And that's the end of Fun Canadian Facts.
If you would like to know more, you can personally come up to me after the show and we can talk about Canada and stuff like that.
Or they can just